Hey y'all, welcome back. I'm Tonya from Tonya's Witchy Kitchen. How are you doing? I'm waiting for summer. March is past. So, you know, it's spring, but I'm waiting for summer. So anyway, today, as I'm trying to keep this short because I think this will be a short video. I hope. Talking about infused oils really quick. It's a soap video. Okay. Talking about infused oils, okay? They only last so long. So this is a gumweed infusion with olive oil, which is it's a better oil to use, a longer lasting oil. Like grapeseed oil, it doesn't have a very good shelf life. Sunflower, the hyoleic, oh, I lost my brain for a minute there. That one is a longer shelf life. If it's just basic sunflower oil, that is a very short shelf life. Okay, but anyway, so I made this gumweed olive oil infusion. So it's almost 2 years. It's a year and a half. You can still smell the flowers. Like, and I don't know if you know what gumweed is. It's when it's super dry, like super dry drought conditions, and it's these little, they grow green and they get these little flowers on them, but they're sticky as hell. I know I have some dried ones over there, but yeah, they're sticky, and that's gumweed. I mean, I don't know the scientific name because I forgot to look it up before I did this. So the infused oil, they only last so long, right? And I was looking at my oils going, oh, I have a few here I should use up, right? Because they're getting old. And if you do an infused oil and it smells rancid, like bad nuts type of thing, throw it. Don't use it, no matter what you put into it and how expensive it is, because all you're going to do is make yourself sick. Anybody who uses the product sick. You don't want to do it. Okay, so I had some, let me see, this is the wrong list. This is great. So I had some coconut oil infused with lime peel, and I had some olive oil in pine needles and some olive oil in gumweed. And I had some sunflower, and lavender stems and leaves. So most times people infuse the buds, which is totally fine. I do that too. But I had a lavender plant and it died. It flourished great outside this last summer. So I took some of the stems and the leaves and infused it in the oil. Oh, it was so yummy. Like, you could have used that as a massage oil. Hey, not a bad idea. I'm out of it now. But anyway, so I decided to make a soap. It's out of those oils, because they weren't bad yet. Okay, so they were fine. Because if they're bad or rancid, it sucks. But which is why I make such little jars of infused oils and such, because you have to be careful in how long they last. And sometimes I infuse stuff and I forget what I was doing with it. Like, literally, what was I gonna make with this, you know? That's just me. But yeah, so we're doing a soap today. It's totally it's just oils, the alkali, and a tea, lemon leaf black tea. I'll show it to you. I just thought it would add a little kick. And some annatto seed powder. Yeah, and some clay. But totally unscented. Color is all natural. It's from the annatto seed powder. And so if you want just a soap with nothing extra in it, all natural. There's that dumb word again. This is the coconut being the coconut yogurt, not the coconut turning into a Skittle. Okay. I just love that analogy. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, so we have I keep looking at my recipe. I'm sorry, because I wanted to make sure I hit all the highlights, but I I can do that in the video, right? 3 things. Dream big, be true to you, and you are worth it. Let's go check out the video. Bye. Okay, here's the lemon lift black tea that I was using. I just steeped it like I would a regular tea, and that was what I used in my lye water. I was hoping to get the tannins out of it and maybe give the soap a little some special components, being it was such a blah soap. Not a blah soap, but it's just, it needed something to give it some pizzazz. So, and this is my coconut infused with lime peel. Yeah, so it was about 20% of this. Isn't that pretty? It's just pretty. That's all I'm showing you. It's pretty. And then I was actually doing this recipe backwards as far as formulations go. Usually you formulate your recipe by, this percentage of oil and these oils and all that. I basically was pouring off my oils into my bowl to see how much I had left, or how much I had, because certain ones I wanted to use up sooner. And that was my lavender stems and leaves in the sunflower. I wanted to get it to see what I had, and then I went back to the calculator to calculate the lye and the water that I needed for these oils and for their measurements. So it was kind of a little backwards thing, but it wasn't not a big deal. It just takes a little bit more time. So then it was like 80% between the olive oil and sunflower. And those are both soft oils. That was I think that was the olive oil with pine. And then there's olive oil with gumweed. So yeah, very soft. And I knew it was going to be a soft soap when I started, just because of those ratios. But I was like, I can test it out and see what happens and what I get. And yeah, it was a good test. And those infused botanicals, some people are like, they don't carry through, saponification, they don't make it through. And for all of them that I have done, I truly don't believe that. I believe they make it through. This is my annatto seed powder sinking to the bottom of the bowl. And this is my kaolin clay that I had just thrown in there. Gotta do that once in a while. Yeah, but I truly believe that those certain things come through when you use botanicals in your soap. That there are just different characteristics to the soap than if it was just the plain oils. So I'm giving this my oils and kaolin and annatto just one more quick burst so that it's all dispersed. And then I wanted to show you how dark my lye water was, because pretty sure it singed. Like, it shouldn't singe the tea, but it did. It was dark. I don't know what it didn't like about it, but that lye reacted with something in that tea. It was delightful. It really was. Kind of amazing. And I don't know where these bubbles came from. If it was from the tea or, but it was bubbly. Maybe the tannins. I don't know. I don't know what tannins do in soap from the black tea, but I was worried I wasn't gonna get to an emulsion very fast. But even for a small batch, it came through pretty. It worked really well, And I left the annatto seed powder in there. I could have strained it off, but I left it in there and thought maybe it would give it a little bit of an exfoliation. They're really tiny, so it wasn't a big deal, but you know me, I like exfoliation. Yep, pop that over. I know, and sometimes I'm sorry, it's like I bump my camera and then my pictures get wonky. And you see more of the background than you do. So this is just a plastic mold with a detailed on the bottom, and it's actually harder to work with than my other one. And I was just hoping for some detail, but but being it was so soft, I should have known a little better. I did have salt in here, so if you add a teaspoon of salt to 16 ounces of oils, it will help make a harder bar. And I usually do that anyway, just a little bit of salt too, because that's what soap is. It's basically salt, but that's a whole nother topic. But yeah, so a few days later, even in the freezer, it still did not come out of the mold very well. I wasn't really happy, so I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do. I might just leave the bars as they are, just a little messed up on the top. But yeah, it was super sticky, super soft, and it was just like, wow. Like, I mean, I kind of knew it would because of the soft oils, but yet on the other hand, I was hoping that it had been in there long enough, you know, for it to harden enough for me to cut it without, I mean, look at my knife. It's like, whew. Yeah, it was super sticky. But you know what? You know, it's soft, right? But wow, when I was washing it off, what a nice lather that made. Like, it created a really nice bubble and lather, and it wasn't ishy or slimy feeling. It was really nice on the skin. I might actually steal one of these bars when they're done. These are going to take more than 4 weeks. They're, I mean, unless they miraculously just evaporate. But it was fun. It was a delightful, see, they're kind of bad looking. They're wonky. Oh, well. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you got something out of it. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.